Hi everyone! In a few days, it's finally springtime, so I thought it was time to show you my winter favorites. They're not all beauty related, it's a little bit of everything, so I hope you enjoy. My first favorite is a present that I got for my birthday, and it's this beautiful eyeshadow palette. It's the Revolution Pro Regeneration Trends Celestial palette, and these are the colors. They're absolutely gorgeous. You see that? A lot of them are shimmery. There are a few mattes in there too, but oh my gosh. I'm actually wearing the greens right now. You can make them subtle even though they're pretty bold colors. You can make them subtle or you can make them really pop. And my favorite is to wet my makeup brushes and use it wet because then it's even more beautiful. And I've been using this so much. I absolutely love it. It's just, ooh, look at those colors. I will swatch them for you and insert a little clip or picture of that so you can see exactly what each color looks like. My next favorite is something that I have mentioned at some point, but I think it was a while ago because I keep repurchasing this. This is by far my favorite face mask, and it's by Freeman, and it's this golden grain facial brightening mask. It is so good, you guys. It feels super cool on your skin, so it really wakes you up, and it has these golden specks in it, and I feel like that's probably what makes your face look brightened afterwards. Even though you wash it off, I don't really know if it leaves some of that behind or what. I don't really know, but I do feel like after I use it, my skin looks a lot fresher, a lot more awake, brightened, you know. It just looks good and it feels so good because it's nice and cool. It smells really nice too, and I love that it's in this big tube, so you get a lot of product and it's really not that expensive, especially not if you see how much product is in there. So I would definitely recommend this. I really like it. My third favorite is an eye pencil, and I know an eye pencil doesn't sound very special or spectacular, but I wanted to mention it because for some reason I've really been liking this one a lot. I've been using it pretty much every time I put makeup on. Wearing it right now, you probably can't tell, but it's this long-lasting eye pencil by Essence, and it's number 12. I have a green. Sounds a little weird. And it's 18 hours wear and waterproof, and it's a green, but it's sort of like a metallic green. I don't know, I really like the color, and I feel like it makes my brown eyes pop. And it goes with pretty much any eyeshadow color. I just love the contrast. Yeah, I'm wearing this constantly. Number 4 are these shoes. They're Skechers, and I don't know why they still look brand new, but they're not, as you can tell. They are the Skechers Energy Lights, which means they light up. So this entire sole lights up. Let me show you. Of course you see it better in the dark, but look. See that? You could change the color by pressing a button here. So you have a bunch of different colors, and you can have just a steady color that it just stays that color, or you can have it change color, or you can have it flickering, you know. Usually I do one color on this side and another color on this side, and I love anything that has to do with lighting. You guys may know that. People who know me well know that I'm a sucker for anything that has to do with lights. I love lights and things that light up. So I always wanted shoes that lighted up, but then I saw these ones and they have the entire sole that lights up, and they're Skechers, and they were on sale. So I was like, okay. And there was only one pair left that was my size. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. And I absolutely love them. I just think it's so fun, and they really light up so well. So when it's dark and you're walking around in these, you don't need a torch or anything. You actually see because of your shoes, which I love. And in winter and the dark season, it's so nice to go outside and have these on because it's also a lot safer. When I cross the street or something, okay, there's street lights, but still you're very visible. Yeah, that's exactly why I bought them. Not. No, but it's a nice extra that you're extra visible, but in a fun way, So yes, I like that, and they're just so fun. I just really, really like them, and every time I wear them and there's people around, I can hear them talking about my shoes. So I think that's kind of funny too, especially kids are like, "Oh mom, look at her shoes," and I'm like, "Yep, I have light up shoes and you don't." No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, it's kind of fun. I know some people might think that I'm too old for that or whatever, but I don't care. If I want to wear light up shoes and own it and enjoy it, then I'm gonna be wearing light up shoes, okay? And be confident in them, yes. The next thing I don't actually have with me right here, it is downstairs because it's super heavy. Well, not that heavy, but it's kind of heavy and it's breakable, so I don't want to drop it all the way down the stairs because that would be horrible. Every time I set it up, I'm kind of scared to break it because I really love it. It's a Pizzarette. Have you ever heard of that? I hadn't. But since Christmas, I have one. Christmas was at my house last time, so I was hosting, and it's always fun when you can find something that you can do that allows you to still be with your guests for a lot of the time, because if you cook yourself, then you're in the kitchen the entire time, which is not that fun, It might be fun for the guests, but it's not fun for you. And also it's super stressful and and what if they don't like it and everything. So I found something called a Pizzarette, which is basically like a mini pizza oven, and it's terracotta. It's so beautiful. Even just that, it's just so beautiful and cozy. And you can just put it on the table. It has little slots in it, and everyone gets a spatula. They can put their mini pizza that I have cut out with a cutout shape that comes with it. And they can put it on their spatula and then put their vegetables and sauce and whatever on it, slide it into the slot that's near their seat, and then you just wait for it to bake. So you're all together at the table and everyone keeps making their own little pizzas and then waiting for it to bake, and you're talking and stuff. So it's super fun and cozy. Everybody really seemed to like it, and I did too. And I've actually been using it quite a lot since, even just by myself, because whether you turn on an oven or you turn that on, it's definitely not going to use more electricity than an oven. It's probably going to use less electricity. So that's not a reason to not do it. And it's actually really cozy and fun. And then I can put multiple pizzas in. So I really, really like it. So that's a good tip if you like pizza and you want to find something different to do with guests, or just by yourself or with your partner or whatever. It's just, I really like it. Since we were talking about food, the next thing is going to be a kitchen appliance. I love coffee, okay? I make myself cappuccinos every day. So I used to have one of those milk frothers that was just a battery with like a spring on it, and then you had to heat up your milk, and then you were standing there for a long time, and until you got some foam, but it was never super foamy. And I decided, I make cappuccinos every single day, multiple a day, so it is worth to buy an appliance that does this for me. So this is my milk frother by a brand called Ariete or Ariete. I'm calling it Ariete because it makes me think of that movie, And it's called Vintage Cappuccino, and it's a milk frother. It has a spring inside, and you just put your milk in, you press a button, and it heats it up for you, and it fluffs it up. And it's a perfect temperature, and it's also the perfect consistency, so you have the right amount of warm milk and the right amount of fluff or foam, which is a lot. It's a lot of foam. And I always use the barista oat milk from Oatly with it because in my opinion, that's the best one. Tastes very good and it makes the most gorgeous foam. And I've been using this for months now and I absolutely love it. I turn it on several times a day. It always works perfectly and it's just so convenient and it makes me, you know, get my perfect cappuccino at home. And it's really great because I can't tolerate lactose very well, and I'm vegetarian, but I mostly make vegan choices, which means I avoid milk and dairy and things. So I want to have my cappuccino with oat milk, not with actual milk, and also I want to choose my own coffee, and also I want to choose whether I sweeten it or not and how I sweeten it. So yes, if you use those powders or whatever, you don't have any of those choices and it's much unhealthier. So I really like this and it tastes so much better when you make it yourself. And then last but not least, something I have more winter favorites. Trust me, there are a lot of things I have loved this winter, but I just picked a couple because, you know, there's so many I would be talking for hours. But I've shown this in my Christmas, what I got for Christmas video, and it's this necklace that I'm wearing right now. And if you've seen that video, you know what it does. But it's beautiful in its own. But when you charge it, see that? It lights up in the dark and you have this little charger thing that makes it glow. Of course it's light here now, but I'll show you what it looks like in the dark. It is super gorgeous. It's so magical and I love it when it's not lit up as well. But of course I love it even more when it is lit up. It's just so special. And they also have earrings. It's by a brand called Epic Glows on Etsy. And they have other things like earrings. And I really want to get some of those earrings as well because they're so beautiful. So they might go on my birthday list for September. It's just, yes, I think it's really beautiful. As I mentioned with shoes and everything, I like anything that's light or that lights up for glows or whatever. So I definitely like things like this. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please click the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching. I already said that, but thank you. And I'll see you next week. Bye!